Hey guys, what's up? Mr. Pete back, and welcome to my first ever, I believe it's my first ever DVD review video. I know I did one back in 2015, but I think that was just because I'd watched December to Dismember and it was near Christmas, so it seemed somewhat appropriate to do a video. So yeah, this will be my first proper official DVD review video. Hopefully the first of many. I'm not going to do them all on one specific brand. I'm going to do them on various ones. Some of them will be older videos, that DVDs even, that I've got. Some of them are going to be ones as I get them and watch them. In the case of this one, it's a DVD. I've had a short while, and I've decided to do a review on it. So without further ado, the DVD in question is this. Ring of Honor Final Battle 2014. Now it comes in a really thin cardboard case. It's the only one I've got so far from Ring of Honor that's come in this. The rest of them have come in sort of normal DVD cases. That one's the only one I've got so far that's come in that thin of a card one. So yeah, I'm not going to give away any results in this video because obviously if, you don't want to know them, you want to watch the DVD outright, then all the results will be a surprise to you. So yeah, so without further ado, I'll get on to it. So Final Battle is Ring of Honor's last pay-per-view of the year. Some of you may have seen my Final Battle 2016 video that I did. So yeah, so for Final Battle 2014, last pay-per-view of the year, did they go towards 2015 with a bang? Let's find out, shall we? So the first match is a four-corner survival match. Hanson versus Jimmy Jacobs versus Mark Briscoe versus Caprice Coleman. It's an opening match, the pay-per-view. Great opening match, plenty of action. Really sort of pulled me in for the rest of the event. Next up is a mentor versus student match. It's Adam Page versus Roderick Strong. This is from when Strong had been sort of removed from the decade. I missed a lot of the Ring of Honor TV up to the build up to this event. I didn't see much of it in 2014, I'll be honest. But it shows you enough to give you the idea of what's happening. So yeah, I was a fan of Adam Page before he joined the decade. I'd seen quite a bit of him and I thought it was really good. As far as I'm aware, he's still in the Bullet Club now, as I record this. So he'd be a better member than Cody Rhodes, but that's a whole different subject. So yeah, that's pretty much the build up to this particular match. Roderick Strong gets kicked out of the decade, and Adam Page gets moved up into his spot and everything. Another really good match. I enjoyed it a hell of a lot more than I thought I would. Again, I'm not going to give a result out. Up next, Michael Elgin versus Tommaso Ciampa, the Unbreakable versus the Sicilian Psychopath. Hard-hitting match, which anyone who's seen these two in Ring of Honor would expect. There was a zero tolerance thing put on Ciampa at that time. He'd been attacking refs, ringside staff, etc. prior to the pay-per-view, so he was told by Nigel McGuinness, who's now with WWE, that if he touched anybody else, then there'd be serious repercussions and it could end up with his termination. Tommaso Ciampa obviously went on to NXT, etc., formed DIY with Johnny Gargano. Yeah, it's a really good match. Is this? There is one incident where you sort of think, oh, could Ciampa get sacked here? But it is a blatant accident. So on the night, cooler heads prevailed and nothing happened. Next up is a six-man tag match: Young Bucks and ACH versus The Addiction and Cedric Alexander. What a match! Non-stop action. Crowd chanted that was awesome when it finished, and they weren't wrong. To me, it's the best match of the event so far. Anytime you put the Young Bucks in a ring, it's going to be just absolutely non-stop spots. That's what they do. That's their bread and butter. If you watch enough of them, you'll realise obviously it's the same spots in every match. They just but they do what they do, and they do it really, really well. a lot of people criticise it for him. I'm a Young Bucks fan. I think the guys are great, and I hope they don't sign with WWE, because then they'd have to change their style, and it'd be a shame. Obviously, they've recently turned down a contract from WWE and stayed with Ring of Honor and New Japan, which was a brilliant decision on their part, I think, because then, you know, they don't have to change the style. Like I said, they can be them. So yeah, moving on to the next match. It's a grudge match. It's Eddie Evans versus Moose. I really wasn't blown away by this match, but anything that followed the Young Bucks, the 6-man tag match, was going to struggle. There is a bit of a build-up storyline to this. Basically, Eddie Evans had a bit of a streak going in Ring of Honor, and it came to an end. And it all becomes apparent in this. But yeah, I mean, it's not a bad match. I just wasn't blown away. Anybody obviously who hasn't seen Ring of Honor, most of these names won't mean anything to you. But Moose is a big guy, and he's, really agile for his size. But yeah, he's definitely maybe a future world champion or some sort of champion at some point. But yeah, it came from an American football background, but didn't just sort of expect to just jump in at the top end of the Ring of Honor roster. He really did start from the bottom and say, look, you know, I've got a lot to learn, and I'm quite happy to work my way up, which is admirable, which I like, because, you know, a lot of them just come in and say, well, I've been in the NFL, so, you know, I should jump in mid-card and stuff like that, and obviously it doesn't always work out. But yeah, Moose is really good, one to watch out for. So yeah, that's enough about that match. On to the TV title match, Jay Lethal versus Matt Sydal. Jay Lethal, I'm a fan of. I've liked him since Ring of Honor, since his TNA days. I've seen some of his earlier Ring of Honor stuff when he was there originally, before he went to TNA. Obviously, everybody knows him from TNA, knows the Black Machismo bit that he did. And the one time he out Ric Flair, which, if you haven't seen it, YouTube it, it's amazing. But yeah, this is a really, really good match. I really enjoyed it. Next up is the Ring of Honor World Tag Team titles. Red Dragon versus the Time Splitters. I'm a fan of Red Dragon. I have been since I first started watching Ring of Honor, which isn't from the beginning, I will admit. I think it was about 2013 when I got, you know, I had Ring of Honor introduced to me by two friends of mine in America, Carol Long and David Soraya. They mentioned it to me, said it was a great alternative to WWE and TNA, and it was. I watched it religiously, and then obviously, like everything else, I sort of lose track of it, and yeah, with work and family life and that. But I have every intention of watching as much of it in 2017 as I can. So yeah, this was an awesome match. I absolutely loved it, and it's a great example of what tag team wrestling can be. I just wish WWE had sort of watched stuff like this and realised that they can do so much more with the tag team division there. But yeah, like I said, I'm a Red Dragon fan. I'm a massive fan of Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish. Probably more so Bobby Fish out of the two, but I love them together as a team. Main event is a fight without honour for the Ring of Honor World title, and it's Adam Cole versus Jay Briscoe. I was expecting great things from this match, given the fact that they have such a massive history, you know, between them in Ring of Honor. I'm a fan of Jay Briscoe. I have a love-hate thing with Adam Cole. I appreciate his work as a heel, and I know heels are meant to like make you dislike him, but sometimes you can't help but like the heel. And yeah, I'm a great fan of his work. He's a great wrestler, and like I said, there's something I like about him as a fan. I can appreciate his in-ring work, but he is that good of a heel that sometimes I just want to see him get the shit kicked out of him. You just want to see him get his comeuppance, but that's how good he is. He reminds me a lot like Edge when he became the Rated R Superstar. At first it was like, oh, God, I hate him. And then obviously I realised that he's supposed to make you hate him, and that's how I've got a whole new appreciation for Edge, and I just became a massive Edge fan after that. Same with Adam Cole, like I say, he makes you hate him so much, and he's that good at what he does that you just make him, you can't help but appreciate his work. And like I say, sometimes it just makes me want to see him get his head kicked in and get the shit kicked out of him. But yeah. All I'm going to say about this match is holy shit. That is pretty much the chant of the night, and the only way I can honestly think to explain this match. It looked at the beginning like it was going to end really quickly, but that wasn't to be. What ensues is just, it is a fight without honor. It is just a brawl. There's tables, chairs, a stapler, thumbtacks, all put to use. Hell of a main event. Turns out to be a bit of a bloodbath as well. Obviously, as you'd expect with thumbtacks, etc., being brought into the ring. But yeah, hell of a main event and an awesome match to end the pay-per-view. It just basically started good, finished good. With the exception of the Eddie Evans Moose match, that was the only one that didn't really blow me away. The rest of them sort of really pulled me into it. And I enjoyed all of it. I said that the 6-man tag and the Jay Briscoe match are probably my two favourites from this event. On the DVD, there is a bonus match too, which is between Brutal Burgers, which is Cheeseburger. Yes, for those of you who don't watch Ring of Honor, they have a wrestler called Cheeseburger who's basically this really skinny dude, but he's so good. He just goes in the ring and he works his ass off, and he's so good at what he does. My 6-year-old son, absolutely loves him. A, because he's called Cheeseburger, and B, because he's just really good. And his tag partner is Brutal Bob for this pay-per-view, hence Brutal Burgers, and they're facing BJ Whitmer and the guy who he brings in to possibly be I think it's a young boy they called him in the decade, which is Mikey Webb. So yeah, that's the bonus match. And there's also I didn't put it in my notes, something else as a bonus feature. I'm sure there is. I'm sure there's another bonus feature. It's some sort of induction to, or a Lifetime Achievement Award or something, presented by Nigel McGuinness to somebody. I didn't watch that. I just watched the bonus match because, it's a wrestling match. Overall, I absolutely love this pay-per-view. I think it's miles better than the majority of the WWE stuff from 2014. Well worth buying if you're wanting an alternative to WWE, and obviously if you're a Ring of Honor fan, you'll be fully aware of it. But like I say, it's a good alternative to WWE, and more importantly, if you're wanting to watch wrestling, this is the sort of stuff. Highly recommend Ring of Honor. Like I said, I can't thank Carol and David enough for getting me into it, bringing it to my attention, because although it might not be as glitzy and glamorous as WWE, the in-ring stuff is just far better than anything WWE's been putting out for quite a few years now. So yeah, that's my first DVD review. Final Battle 2014. If I had to give it a star rating out of 5, 5, 4.5, 5 stars. Absolutely amazing DVD art. Like I said, I thoroughly loved it. So yeah, I'd well recommend it, like I said. So yeah, that's it. That's my first DVD review video, done and dusted. So yeah, hopefully if this goes down well, there'll be more. I'll work my way through videos that I've recently got, and then older stuff, and yeah, I'll take it from there, guys. So that'll do it for now. As always, take it easy, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.